Okay, so welcome back to our lecture series in the subject Law Enforcement Organization and Administration. For this video, the discussion is on police administrative disciplinary system. Again, so what are the contents and what are the objectives of this lesson or this lecture? Well, to let the viewers identify the disciplinary authorities on citizens' complaints and breach of internal discipline in the Philippine National Police, and to examine the PNP administrative cases, and to understand some of the salient points of National Police Commission Memorandum Circular 2007-01, or the Uniform Rules of Procedure before the administrative disciplinary authorities and the IAS, or the Internal Affairs Service of the Philippine National Police. Okay, so to start with the discussion so that you will be able to understand the concept of the disciplinary machinery of the Philippine National Police, let's take a look on some of the definition of some important terminologies as stated in NAPOLCOM Memorandum Circular 2007-01. Okay, answer. It is a pleading in which the respondent or other adverse party set forth the negative and affirmative defenses upon which he relies. In other words, say for example, if you are the police officer and a complaint is filed against you, so they are going to summon you, you are going to submit your counter affidavit or counter statement, then whether you are denying or accepting the charges or the complaint against you, then you call that pleading as your answer. Now, the appellate bodies, just like in any other trial courts in the country, okay, the decision of the court, although it is already final and executory, still it is appealable to higher authorities. In case of the Philippine National Police, the appellate bodies are the Regional Appellate Board and the National Appellate Board of the NAPOLCOM under the Secretary of Interior and Local Government. Breach of internal discipline. Any offense committed by a member of the PNP involving minor offense or involving minor offenses affecting the order and discipline within the police organization. Okay, so we are going to discuss those specific breach of internal discipline, okay, on the latter part of this discussion, so that you will have an idea what are these offenses that affect the order and discipline within the police organization. A complaint, a written and sworn statement regarding a wrong, grievance, or injury sustained by a person. Okay, say for example, you are a civilian or you are a non-uniform person of the government, or you are a citizen of this, an ordinary citizen, and you think that a wrong or something like you have a grievance, okay, towards a particular PNP member, then you can file your complaint. The written or the sworn statement, you call that the complaint. So the citizen's complaint, a formal charge initiated by a natural or juridical person or its duly authorized representative or guardian on account of an injury, damage, or disturbance sustained as a result of an irregular or illegal act of a PNP member. Okay, so citizens complaint, meaning these are the complaint filed by we call it anyone not belonging to the Philippine National Police, not belonging to the armed forces, not belonging to the triburos, or not belonging to the government, but not belonging to the uniformed services of the government. So citizens complaint, whether that is a natural, meaning you're an individual person, or juridical. What is that juridical? Juridical persons are those created by our laws under the Securities Exchange Commission, by the DTI, or any other laws in the land. Say, for example, the school. your school or your organization. Okay, as long as that is or yeah, that is a legally established, then that could be a juridical person. So the leader or the head or the chairman or the authorized representative of your organization may file a complaint against a member or against any member of the Philippine National Police. Complainant, one who initiates a complaint against a uniformed member of the PNP, either a complaining witness or concerned government agency or office. That is what I'm trying to point out a while back. That's anyone who is outside the Philippine National Police may file a case, may file a complaint against any uniformed member of the PNP. Okay, either you are an individual complaining witness or it could be a concerned agency or a concerned organization. Okay, and you have initiated a complaint, then you are called the complainant. And later on, once your complaint became a formal charge and later on decided by the hearing authorities, then a decision will be made. And the decision pertains to the written disposition of the disciplinary authority or affiliate body, stating clearly the facts and the law upon which it is based. In other words, so ano yung kanilang decision? Guilty or not guilty as charged? And if that is guilty, what law? Okay, what rules? What standard operating procedure of the PNP or the law of the land that is violated by the offending the offender. So what is a conduct unbecoming of a police officer? So na malimit nating narinig yan. Conduct unbecoming of a police officer. Okay, ganito yan. Pag sinabi mong police officer, ideally, ang tingin sa police officer ay gentleman, okay, mabait, okay, at siya ay dedicated sa trabaho, siya ay decente. So those are the ideas pag sinabi mong a police officer, an ideal police officer. Now, what are those conduct of an unbecoming of a conduct unbecoming of a police officer? These are acts or behaviors of a police officer irrespective of rank done in his official or private capacity which in dishonoring or disgracing himself as a police officer. So, parang yung mga ginawa mo na nakakahiya bilang isang pulis. Say for example, lasing ka, nagwala ka. Now, those are conduct unbecoming. You have disgraced yourself. You have dishonored yourself. It compromises your character and standing in the PNP in such a manner as to indicate vitiated or corrupt state of moral character, which shows his unworthiness to remain in the police service. So meaning, sinasabi na yung ginawa mong yan is hindi ka karapat dapat maging police. Kaya pag sinabi mong conduct unbecoming of a police officer, napakalawak niyan. Okay, lasing ka, nagwala ka, okay, nagpaputok ka sa ere ng ilang beses, okay, ikaw pa yung tawag natin, ikaw pa yung instead na ikaw yung nagsusuot ng face mask at saka face shield, ikaw pa yung hindi nagsusuot, ikaw pa yung number one na violator ng batas na dapat mong enforce. So, that is a conduct unbecoming of a police officer. It says that you are unworthy to remain in the police service because your moral character is not right. So, that is the idea of this thing, conduct unbecoming of a police officer. It's a generic term, okay? Now, equivalent supervisors, okay? So, in the Philippine National Police, there are authorized people. However, there are also equivalent supervisors. So, in the Philippine National Police, these are the officers occupying positions, designations equivalent to that of Chief of Police Provincial Director, the Regional Director, okay? So, ano yan? Okay, ang ibig sabihin yan, ganito. The provincial police provincial director and the regional director, they have the authority to we call it to impose penalty on their erring members. Okay? Now, uh, meron ding mga tawag natin mga officers sa PNP na yung position nila sa PNP is equivalent, okay, on their capacity as the supervisor, on their capacity as the head of that unit or group, okay, their capacity is equivalent to that of a provincial director or to that of a regional director. More often than not, okay, they are holding more or less a little bit a lower rank or similar rank in the PNP. Okay, so let's take a look on who are these equivalent supervisors. For the chief of police, okay, the chief of police, the COP, okay, sino yung kanyang tinatawag natin uh, equivalent supervisor? Yung mga group commander or group director, okay, tinatawag nilang group commander pa iba-iba, no? Okay? Or minsan sabi nilang ngayon ang tawag nila FC, no, Force Commander like that of the Provincial Mobile Group because the Provincial Mobile Group is now changed into Provincial Mobile Force. Binalik yung dati nung old 6975, the Regional Mobile Force, the Provincial Mobile Force, binalik ngayon sa pangalan na pinalitan dati yan ng group, ngayon binalik ulit sa Provincial Mobile Group, Mobile Force, saka Provincial or Regional Mobile Force. Yung group director ng probinsya, meaning yung head, pinaka-head ng lahat ng mga mobile force within a province, ang kanyang equivalent ay yung authority, okay, at disciplinary authority ng isang chief of police ng city or municipality. Okay, so say for example, in Nueva Ecija, if you are the chief of police of a certain town or city there, you have the disciplinary authority over your men. Now, within that province, meron tayong mga provincial mobile force, okay? Consists of companies, ano? Yan. Ngayon, yung pinaka-head doon, meron din siyang disciplinary authority over the members of the provincial mobile force. That is the idea. What about those equivalent to provincial directors? Okay, so these are now the group commanders or group directors or the force commanders of the regional mobile group, today regional mobile force. Okay, and the chief of the regional units of the administrative and operational support units. Ano nga ba yung mga administrative and operational national support units? Okay, na pinag-uusapan natin dito. Of course, yan yung mga tinatawag natin, yung mga crime laboratories, okay? And the other things na tawag natin administrative and operational national support units. Yung mga regional chief, okay? Yung mga regional head nila, ang counterpart nila ay yung tawag natin, yung equivalent ng provincial director. So, kung yung provincial director, meron siyang disciplinary authority over those PNP personnel within the province, ito namang si Regional Mobile Force Commander ng region, he has also the disciplinary authorities, lahat ng mga member ng RMF, okay, sa kanyang region. Okay, siya yung mag-impose ng penalty, siya yung mag-suspend, okay? Siya yung mag-withhold ng privileges, okay? So, what about the regional director? Ano naman yung mga equivalent supervisors niya? Ito yung mga director of the PNP Administrative and Operational Support Units in Manila, no? Yung pinaka-head nila doon. Okay, may rank na one-star general din mga yan. Okay, so yun ang kanilang ranko. Ayan, okay? So, just like in the equivalent to provincial director, the equivalent of provincial director, remember ang provincial director, ang ranko niyan ay police colonel or police senior superintendent. Yung mga group commanders or mga group commanders ng RMF or RMG dati ay mga police colonel din yan. Okay? Yung mga chief ng mga regional units of the Administrative and Operational National Support Units ay mga police colonel din yan. Same thing, yung regional director, ang ranko niyan ay police brigadier general. Kaya yung mga director ng PNP Administrative and Operational Support Units, more or less they are also police brigadier general. And ganun din, Kung si regional director ay siya yung pinaka-overall in charge sa lahat ng mga disciplinary actions, okay, undertaken within his command or within his region, ganon din si head ng PNP Administrative and Operational Support Units, sila rin ang overall in charge, okay, sa mga actions, disciplinary actions, lahat ng members under their unit down to the regional offices. Okay, so forum shopping. Ano ba ang forum shopping? Okay, ano bang ibig pag nagsi-shopping ka, pag sinabi nagsi-shopping ka, more or less may tinatawag tayong window shopping. Okay? Yan yung bumibili ka ng window. Ay, hindi. Yan na yung katawag natin, naghahanap ka muna. Pag sinabing window shopping kasi, you do not have the intention to buy, no? More or less, you're just trying to canvas, you're just trying to, we call it, view or would like to see things na gusto mong bilhin in the future or gusto mong bilhin at that moment. Okay? So, pag sinabi mong forum shopping din, iniwasan kasi natin din dito yung mga double jeopardies, iniwasan din natin dito yung mga, kumbaga, dinimanda mo na siya sa isang lugar, sa isang disciplinary committee, ididimanda mo ulit siya sa isang disciplinary committee. Okay? So, ito ay bawal. Okay? Filing of several complaints arising from one and the same cause of action involving the same parties asking for the same relief and with the different disciplinary authorities like in the IAS and the Office of the Ombudsman. Kinasuan mo na siya sa pleb, pumunta ka pa sa IAS, pumunta ka pa sa Ombudsman, pumunta ka pa sa Napolcom, pumunta ka pa sa Civil Service Commission. Hindi pwede yon kapag similar na kaso at similar na tao yung kinakasuan mo. Hindi pwede. Ang tawag doon ay forum shopping. So when you file a complaint or when somebody, if you are a police officer and somebody filed a complaint against you, he is going to make an undertaking na hindi siya nag-file ng ibang kaso sa'yo or di siya nag-file sa ibang authorities ng the same case. So bawal kasi yung forum shopping. Just like in the regular court, no? Kung sinampan mo siya ng murder sa isang sinampan mo siya ng isang irregularity sa isang court, wag mo siyang sasampan ng ibang korte rin. Okay? Kasi meron tayong tinatawag na jurisdiction of cases. Okay? So yan ang isa sa mga requirement kapag nagpa-file ng complaint against any erring members of the Philippine National Police. Then what are the minor offenses? Well, you have that, no? It includes the following but not limited to the following: simple misconduct, negligence, insubordination, frequent absences and tardiness, habitual drunkenness, and gambling prohibited by law. So marami yan, maraming minor offenses which we are going to discuss further as we move on. So any act or omission, meaning meron kang ginawa or meron kang hindi ginawa, not involving moral turpitude, but affecting the internal discipline of the PNP, such as but not limited to to those things that I have already mentioned. So ano ba ang moral turpitude? Okay? Yung moral turpitude, yan yung mga cases, more or less, na kumokontra sa basically doon sa pinaka-motto ng PNP. Okay? So ganito yan. Yan. So moral turpitude, everything which is done contrary to justice, honesty, modesty, or good morals. Ayan. So ano yon? Yung mga sexual offenses, yung mga pagnanakaw, okay? Nag-extort ka, nagsinungaling ka, okay? Yan. So yun ang mga tinatawag nating moral turpitude. More or less similar yan sa 10 commandments natin. Now, what about the formal charge? Sir, ano bang pagkakaiba ng complaint and formal charge? Okay, anong pagkakaiba ng complaint sa formal charge? Ang complaint kasi, say for example, I'm going to file a case, I have a complaint against, we call it a certain police officer. So, magpa-file ako ng complaint ko doon sa COP or sa pleb. Okay, so magpa-file ako doon or sa Napolcom, okay? So magpa-file ako doon. Ngayon, yung yung disciplinary authorities na yan, magbibigay sila ng parang prosecutor. Okay, ang katumbas niya sa regional court ay prosecutor, pero imbestigahan niya, titingnan niya yung complaint mo kung merong probable cause. Is there a probable cause? Okay? Meaning, meron bang evidence, meron bang pieces of evidence that your allegations against somebody is most likely true, no? Or probably na ginawa talaga niya yun. So may probable cause. So after that, okay, bilang investigating officer, magpa-file na ako ngayon ng formal charge. Okay? A complaint initiated before any of the disciplinary authorities. Take note, the disciplinary authorities, okay, or the IAS, after finding existence of probable cause. Ito yung complaint ni Mr. Di Dr. Dilizo. May probable cause. Totoo yung sinasabi niya. So, gagawa na ako ng formal charge. Okay? So, parang sa regional sa ating regular criminal court, meron tayong mag-file ng complaint doon sa mag-file ka ng complaint mo doon sa police, tapos si police naman magpa-file siya ng complaint doon sa prosecution. Okay? Tapos yung tawag natin, yung final ni police kay prosecution ay considered na formal charge yon. Now, mas formal yung charge na pag tawag natin, sinampa na doon sa korte, okay? Sinampa na doon sa prosecution, gumawa siya ng investigation nila, preliminary investigation, so nag-file ng information sa court, so yun ang pinaka mas formal na charge against a suspect or against a respondent. So sa PNP ganun naman, no? Pag nag-file ka ng complaint, hindi pa yun outright na formal charge kasi magkakandak pa ng preliminary investigation. Titignan kung may probable cause. Okay? Then kapag mayroong probable cause, yung mismong taga-disciplinary authority or sa IAS, sila na yung mismo magpa-file ng charge, formal charge. Okay? Yan. So that's the idea. So recidivist, a person who has been previously charged for a grave offense and is again charged of the same or another grave offense. Okay, so what is it? Ang recidivist, yung paulit-ulit na tinatawag natin nakakasuhan at tinatawag natin uh, ng mga iba't ibang mga grave offenses. Sa kapulisan, you call that the grave offenses. Now, ano bang purpose ng recidivist? Ang recidivism kasi sa PNP, yan ay magiging tinatawag natin isa sa mga aggravating circumstances. When we say aggravating circumstances, ito yung magpapabigat ng penalty later on if the person is found guilty. Okay? Yan yung isa sa mga importance ng recidivist. So, if a police officer is previously charged with a grave offense and again charged with the same or another grave offense, ang tawag sa kanya ay recidivist. What about repeatedly charged? Anong pagkakaiba nun? When a police officer was formally charged administratively for at least 3 times and was found culpable in any one of them and met the penalty not lower than 60 days. So in other words, ito yung kasi pag grave offense kasi more or less kanyan more than 60 days suspension at saka hanggang dismissal. Pag repeatedly charged, tawag lang nila, hindi ka considered na recidivist dahil mga minor offenses, mga less grave, mga minor offenses yung mga kaso mo. Okay? So, you are found guilty in one of those cases, so you are considered as, okay, you are repeatedly charged. Serious charge. A complaint involving an offense where the maximum imposable penalty is dismissal from the service. Marami yan, yung mga police brutality, no? Okay, just like the very recent case dito sa Baguio na kung saan isang binata ang inabdak, no? And then a few days after, natagpuan yung katawan niya, nawala ng ulo. It turned out na mga police officers coming from the provincial uh, drug enforcement unit. Okay? So that's an example of a serious charge, no? Pag basta yung penalty niyan ay tawag natin ang pinaka-maximum penalty niyan ay dismissal, that is a serious charge. Okay? Later on, titignan natin ano ba nga yung mga grave offenses na yan. Substantial evidence. Such relevant evidence as a reasonable mind might accept as adequate to support a conclusion. Ito yung tinitignan ng isang hearing officer. Okay, titignan niya yan later on. Magkaiba yung investigation officer ha. Investigation officer yung mag-determine ng probable cause. Yung hearing officer, yan na yung during the trial na, no? Na pwedeng sa IAS or pwedeng sa sa COP or sa pleb or whatever, no? So, ngayon, pag may nakita siyang adequate evidence that will support a conclusion, whether guilty or not guilty, you call them substantial evidence. Summary proceeding. An expeditious administrative proceeding conducted consistent with due process to determine the culpability or innocence of the respondent. Later on, if you will take your criminal procedure, your law on criminal procedure, you will learn what is summary proceeding. Meron kasing tinatawag na regular proceeding. Mga regular proceeding yan is you are going to file a case in the court, and then later on, the evidence will be presented, the witnesses will be presented. So, yun mga regular. Pag sa summary proceeding kasi, ito yung kwan lang yan. Okay, pag sinampang ka ng kaso, ng complaint, so kukunin lang yung counter affidavit mo, yung answer mo, then from there titignan na ng hearing officer, okay? Titignan na niya kung may substantial evidence. Okay? Yun lang, titignan niya 'yon. Okay, kung kinakailangan pa niya ng more testimonies, mga evidence, yun lang titignan niya. And after that, magde-decide na siya whether ano yung decision niya doon sa kaso. Yun ang summary proceeding, no? Na ginagawa. Yan. So may say for example, mga sa criminal law natin, yung mga rental law, mga traffic ordinances, violation, no? Wala namang hearing yan na unless grave offense yan, no? Pag sa mga traffic violation, tatanungin lang kung guilty ka o hindi. And then magsasubmit na ka ng counter affidavit mo kung inakala mo hindi ka guilty as charged, no? That is summary proceeding. 'Yun ang ibig sabihin niyan. Karamihan dun sa pag-file ng complaint sa PNP, lalo pag mga minor offenses or mga light offenses, more or less mga summary proceeding ang process. Kapag medyo mas mabigat na yan, okay, at may mga injury na or may mga aggrieved proper personalities na, so magkakaroon ng mga hearings, okay? Just like in the regular court. Okay, so, summons, these are written notice informing a respondent that he is charged with an offense, okay? If you are a police officer and he has received a complaint against you, so they are going to give you a written notice. Again, that is the due process. Remember, in your due process subject or in your human rights education subject, you have the due process of law. In a due process of law is you should be notified, okay, that there's a complaint against you so that you can answer. Okay, you can give your answer, you can give your we call it your contradictions to their complaint. Okay. Now, what are the administrative offenses and penalties under the Part 3 of NAPOLCOM Memorandum Circular 2007-01? Okay, particularly Rule 21, Section 1, and further. Okay, what are the offenses punishable? Okay, ito yung mga tinatawag nating neglect of duty or nonfeasance. Pag sinabi mong neglect of duty or nonfeasance, wala kang ginawa. Supposedly, you are going to do it but you fail to do it. Okay? So, as we move on, titingnan natin ano yung mga specific na mga omissions or nonfeasance sa Philippine National Police. Irregularities in the performance of duty or misfeasance. Okay? Hindi tama yung pagkagawa mo. Okay? Improper yung ginawa mo yung dapat, ginawa mo yung trabaho mo, pero improper. You just call that irregularities or misfeasance. What about malfeasance? Okay, ito naman, malfeasance, meron kang ginawa na hindi dapat mong gawin at meron kang maling ginawa, okay, but you are motivated by premeditation. Meaning, plinano mong gumawa ng kalokohan. Ang pagkakaiba dun sa misfeasance, wala kang intensyon na gumawa ng masama. Sablay lang yung pagkagawa mo sa trabaho mo. Okay? Say for example, mayroon kang ini-record at yung pagka-record mo, hindi mo na double check, mali yung i-record mo. Okay, that is a misfeasance. Pero meron kang ini-record at mali yung ni-record mo at meron kang intention na talagang imamali mo yung i-record mo doon because of something, no? Because of some intentional purpose or obstinate purpose, di magandang purpose, then that is called malfeasance. And usually, it refers to transgressions of some established and definite rule of action where no discretion is left except where necessity may demand. It does not necessarily mean corruption or criminal intention. As long as you are motivated or talagang premeditated, plinano mo na mali yung gagawin mo. Sinadya mo ang ibig sabihin. Kasi sa mispisans, hindi sinadya yon. Incompetence, ignorance, or the material lack of adequate ability and fitness for the satisfactory performance of police duties. This refers to any physical, intellectual, psychological, and moral quality, the lack of which substantially incapacitates a person to perform the duties of a police officer. Okay? So, hindi mo nagagawa yung trabaho mo, mali yung pagkagawa mo sa trabaho mo kasi kulang ka sa abilities, kulang ka sa skill, kulang ka sa training. Investigador ka, kulang ka sa skill sa pag-iimbestiga. That is incompetence. Yun mga ibig sabihin yan. Okay? So, you are tasked to do something and you fail to do it because of your inadequate ability and inadequate skill, then you are called an incompetent police officer. Okay, these are generic, mga generic ito na mga punishable. Ano yung mga punishable actions ng isang membro ng Philippine National Police. Okay? So operation imports an act of cruelty, severity, unlawful exaction, domination, or excessive use of authority. Okay? So masyado mong tinatawag natin, masyado ka ng violente, no? Masyado ka ng, how do you call that? Masyado ka ng nagpapakilala na pulis. Meaning, sinusobrahan mo na yung paggamit mo ng pagiging pulis mo. And the exercise of unlawful powers or other means in depriving an individual of his property or liberty against his will is generally an act of oppression. You entered the house of a person to search without a valid search warrant. Okay, so that is an operation. Okay, you detain the person without the valid reason. That is an example of operation. Dishonesty, the concealment or distortion of truth in a matter of fact relevant to one's office or connected with the performance of his duties or connected with the performance of this the duties of this person. Okay, so what does it mean by that? Ibig sabihin yan, yung mga di mo ni-record yung tama, di mo sinabi yung tama, later on, we will try to find out ano yung mga specific, we call it offenses involving dishonesty. And number 7, the disloyalty to the government consists of the abandonment or renunciation of one's loyalty to the government of the Philippines. Say, you're a police officer and you are a supporter of the Communist Party of the Philippines. You are a supporter of the NPA, NDF. Oh, that is already a disloyalty to the government because you have taken your oath to stand by your constitution. You have taken your oath to defend your constitution, okay, at all costs, and yet you are supporting the ideas, the ideologies of the CPP or any group, for that matter, who would like to overthrow the government. Okay, so that will become a disloyalty to the government. By the way, disloyalty to the government, that again, that is a generic, no? In times of war, if you are disloyal to the government, you may be punishable by, you may be liable for a treason like that. No? So depende yan. No? Depende sa maging specific. No? Generic lang tawag natin kapag hindi mo na sinusuportan yung government. Okay? Hindi mo na sinusuportan yung constitution. Yan, yun ang disloyalty to the government. Okay, so what are the classification of offenses under Section 2, Rule 21 of NAPOLCOM MC 2007-01? So these are the light offenses, mga simple neglect of duty. Ay, anong ibig sabihin ng neglect of duty? Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina na omission. Okay, ito yung mga nonfeasance. Neglect, hindi mo nagawa. They include the following but they are not limited to the following. Okay, so ito yung mga failure, ito yung mga hindi mo nagawa. Okay, nagkulang ka, hindi mo nagawa yung mga bagay na gito. Yan. Fail to supervise, inspect, and control subordinates directly under his command as to their punctuality, attendance, prescribed attire, proper use and maintenance of equipment, preparation and submission of reports, efficient performance of their duties and responsibilities and observance of good order, conduct, behavior, and discipline. So instead na mag-conduct ka, ikaw yung patrol supervisor, instead na mag-conduct ka ng before patrol formation, before patrol inspection, or before mag-conduct ka ng after patrol formation, briefing like that, or debriefing, or whatever, no, hindi mo nagawa yan. That is a simple neglect of duty. Fail to take corrective action by way of warning, advice. So mayroong violator na tawag natin na tao mo, hindi ka nagbigay ng warning, hindi ka man nagbigay ng memorandum, warning sa kanila. So you fail to do something that is simple neglect of duty. Okay? Supposedly kasi ikaw yung supervisor, kailangan pag may violator, kailangan mong mag-take ng action, whether to reprimand or to admonish or try to recommend disciplinary action for this erring police officer under you. Fail to order or cause the investigation of a subordinate reported to him as absent. So may nag-absent. Di mo lang absent without leave. Awol. You fail to conduct an investigation, the reason why. Okay? And then later on, you can be charged of simple neglect of duty. Fail to disseminate any order, directive, or instruction. Merong memorandum coming from the provincial director or coming from the regional director. Okay, and then you fail to disseminate it. Okay, and eventually nagka-problema yung mga tao mo. And they found out that the failure arose from your failure to disseminate the necessary information. So, as the supervisor, as the head of that, you are liable for simple neglect of duty. Fail to coordinate or cooperate with other law enforcement agencies and their personnel. Hindi ka nakipag-coordinate, no? Pag mayroon kayong police operation. Absent oneself from office without having filed the necessary application for leave or secured the approval of the superior officer for a period not exceeding 3 days, no? So kapag any police officer na tawag natin nag-absent ka ng 1 to 2 days na hindi ka nag-file ng tawag natin ng official leave, then that is what you call simple neglect of duty. Pero pag more than that, no? Yan ay magiging absent without official, maging awol na ang tawag sa'yo, no? Medyo mas malala na. Fail or refuse to give his name and badge number when properly requested. Okay, so say for example, you apprehended somebody and the person politely said, "Sir, pwedeng malaman yung pangalan nyo saka yung badge number." Okay, or any circumstances where there is the necessity for you to reveal your name and your badge. Okay, that could be a simple neglect of duty. Fail to report upon declaration of alert level. So kayo ay tawag natin off duty, and then sabi ng inyong COP, kailangan intact tayo ngayon kasi holiday season at mayroong mga intelligence report concerning terrorist attack. So hindi ka nag-report sa office, hindi ka nag-report sa unit mo, ayun, simple neglect of duty 'yon. Hindi mo pwedeng sabihin off duty naman ako, hindi, kasi alert pag ang alert status kasi ay inaakyat 'yan, basically pinapatawag yung mga police officers na maging intact sila, nandun lang sila sa kampo. Fail to report for duty in prescribed uniforms with badge, identification card, service firearm, and other required equipment except those not required to wear the prescribed uniform by reason of the exigency of the service. Meaning, you are required na magre-report ka, mayroong uniforme for a certain day, ano dapat yung suot mo, and you fail to do that, that is simple neglect of duty. Okay? Kaya minsan sa kapulisan, may mga GC rin sila, group chat sila, ano ba yung susuot nilang uniforme that day? Baka mamaya di mo alam yung uniforme. Naka-athletic attire ka, pagpunta mo doon sa kampo, naka-green como pala sila, no? So, makakasuhan ka dyan ng simple neglect of duty. Okay? Because mali yung sinuot mo, hindi prescribed yung uniform na ginamit mo. Fail to keep an official appointment with the complainant, informer, or crime witnesses without lawful justification. So, sinabi ng superior mo, mag-meet kayo ni ganito. Yung complainant, you have to meet him. And you fail to do that. Ah, that is a simple neglect of duty. You fail to submit a written report to his superior office immediately or within a reasonable time after accidental firing of his firearm when time and circumstances would permit. Accidental fire. Kailangan mag-report. Bakit na accidental fire? Importante yon. Okay? Kapag may nag-complain yan, eh sigurado, aalamin. At kapag wala kang report, kakasuhan ka ng simple neglect of duty. Fail to take custody of government-issued property from a member under supervision who is suspended, separated, retired, or dead. Meron ka ng tao, nag-retire na, or namatay na, or separated from the service. At yung mga naka-issue sa kanya na government properties, hindi niya tinan over sa'yo, he keep it for personal use, siya, kakasuhan siya ng graft cases. Ikaw naman, kakasuhan ka ng simple neglect of duty because you fail to take into custody whatever properties na in his custody na kailangan i-turn over sa'yo. Fail to conduct within a reasonable period proper, thorough, and complete investigation when assigned to do so. Pinaimbestiga ka, di ka pumunta, neglect of duty yan. Fail to thoroughly search for, collect, preserve, and identify evidence in any arrest or investigation. You fail to perform something na dapat pagka-aresto mo ng tao ay mag-conduct ka ng freeze or searching of the body of the person. You fail to do that. It's a simple neglect of duty. Fail to take proper custody, record, tag, and identify property entrusted to him as evidence custodian or as evidence. May binigay sa'yo ng mga ebidensya. Okay? At hindi mo nalagyan ng proper recording and tagging of that to identify those evidence. That's also a simple neglect of duty. Be delayed in unnecessarily in attending to or in performing a duty. Okay? So, late. That is a simple neglect of duty. You fail to report to your superior officer and your inability or incapability to report for duty, attend a conference, general inspection, or participate in an operation. So merong general inspection and you are asked to attend a conference or you fail to report for duty for that day or you fail to participate in a police operation. Okay? That is a simple neglect of duty. But of course, later on, kapag may mga other reasons diyan, mas malalim yan, hindi lang maging simple neglect of duty yan. Okay? There may be we call it graver offenses that you have committed. Okay? Delay or fail to respond to a call for assistance. Okay? So, tinawagan ka na tawag natin ay magre-respondi ka sa isang assistance ng isang citizen. Pinagpaliban mo kasi kumakain ka pa sa Paris to go, no? Sarap ng pagkain mo. Ayan. Okay, ayaw mong iwanan. Later on, pwede kang kasuhan ng simple neglect of duty. Fail to inform your superior as to the result of action taken on a call or dispatch. Automatic yan kapag isang police, pag nag-responde, kailangan meron kang feedback. Ano nangyari? Huwag mo lang hintayin yung supervisor mo, superior mo na magtanong anong nangyari. Hindi. Kailangan ka na mag-report. Sir, negative. Sir, Oscar kilo na. Ganun yan. Otherwise, kapag medyo asar sa'yo yung superior mo, ay kakasuhan ka ng simple neglect of duty. Fail to report to his superior officer a hazardous condition or dangerous situation. Okay, mayroon pala sa AOR mo na mga dangerous situation and you fail to report that in spite na nakita mo. Ayan. Okay, so that is a simple neglect of duty. Fail to prepare and submit properly written reports within the prescribed period of time if required by standing regulations. Okay, yung mga after patrol report, mga incident report. You fail to report to a new assignment within 10 days from the order of assignment without sufficient reason. You are reassigned from one municipality to another municipality or from unit to another unit and you fail to report for duty within 10 days. Okay? You leave your post or beat before the end of your tour of duty. Nag-abandoning post ka. Okay? And you were not able to turn over properly your duty to the incoming duty personnel. So those are simple neglect of duty. Again, pag sinabing neglect of duty, mayroon kang hindi nagawa. Yun ang ibig sabihin yan. Now, irregularity, ito yung mga mispisans. Simple mispisans or simple irregularities. They shall include but not limited to the following. You are driving a marked police vehicle while not in prescribed uniform. Okay? And in that day, dapat naka-prescribed uniform ka. Of course, merong exemption. Ah, emergency, kailangan mong humabol. Ayan. So, pwede yan. Pero ang requirement kasi yan, dapat ang mga nasa marked police car, dapat yan ay naka-uniforme. Okay? That is irregularity. That is not a simple neglect of duty. Use siren and or red blinker light while not responding to an emergency, or you are not in hot pursuit of a fleeing criminal or law violator. Diba? Nag-enjoy ka sa siren ng iyong patrol car, first time mong magmaneho, diba? Okay? So wala ka namang winawarningan na would-be violators, okay? Or mga traffic violators. Yan. So somebody might file a complaint against you for simple irregularity in the performance of duty. Malingering, malingering, tinatamad. Okay, loaf or consort with others while on duty or arrange with another member to take his place during his tour of duty without prior approval of his superior. I-dutyhan mo nga ako, ganun yan. Ikaw na nga gumawa, di ba? Pinasa mo yung trabaho na dapat ikaw yung magtatrabaho nun, nagmalinggir ka, hindi mo pinaproban sa superior. Okay? Ganun kasi ang government natin, may bureaucracy, no? Kailangan sundin mo yung SOP or Standard Operating Procedure. If you are going to ask somebody to do your work, and you have to ask your superior, sir, pwedeng pagawa ko ba kay ganito? Kasi hindi ko maayos dahil hindi ko patapos yung isang trabaho ko. Yan. Okay? Otherwise, pinasa mo yung trabaho because you are just malingering, natatamad ka lang, that is simple irregularity. Allow an authorized member of the PNP to drive marked or unmarked police vehicles. May kumpari ka, kumparing dikit mo. You allowed him to drive a PNP marked car or PNP unmarked car. Diba? So, that is simple irregularity. Interfere or obstruct the work of other members or change the assignment or tour of duty of subordinates not belonging to his unit or office. Yan. Nakikisaw-saw ka sa trabaho ng iba. Yan. That is, again, simple irregularity. Arrange with another member to take his post or tour of duty without superior's approval. Ikaw na nga mag-duty sa pwesto ko. Yan. Lipat ako doon. Hindi pwede yan. Kailangan may approval palagi yan ng superior para alam niya, tinatawagan niya. In case of emergency, alam niya na ikaw yung nandun. Kaya akala niya ikaw yung nandun, tapos nakipagpalit ka pala without asking permission from your supervisor. May problema sa area na yon, tinawagan ka, yung pala lumipat ka without prior approval. Yan. Okay, what about the slight or simple misconduct? Yan. Slight or simple misconduct. Ito yung mga malfeasance ang tawag na to. Pero mga slight, okay? They include and but not limited to the following. Fail to salute officials or dignitaries, superior officers, and other officials entitled thereto or to the national colors during the playing of the national anthem. Hindi ka sumaludo. Hindi mo, sinabi mo na, sir, yung religion ko kasi, hindi kami sumasaludo, hindi pwede. As member of the police, as long as it is not contrary to morality, pwede mong kontrahin yun. Diba? Okay, yung tradition nyo sa religion ninyo, na hindi kayo sumasaludo sa Republika ng Pilipinas, sa flag. Okay? You fight, you're involved to fighting, threaten, or quarrel with any member of the police force, provided that when the member being challenged or threatened is one of higher rank, the charge shall be that of grave misconduct. No? So, humamon ka ng away sa mga kasamang pulis. Pag mas mataas sa posisyon hinamon mo, patrolman ka, hinamon mas mataas ang rangko, okay, that will become a grave misconduct. Yan. Read newspaper, books, or periodicals while in uniform and on street duty. Naka-duty ka sa kalsada, you are on patrol, babasa ka ng libro, newspaper. Kasama ngayon yan, yung nagte-text ka, nagsi-cellphone. Diba? Naka-duty ka. No? Kaya usually, ang mga instruction yan ay pag nag-text kayo, emergency, may personal emergency kayo, magtago kayo, yun sabi nila. Kasi pag nakita kayo ng taong bayan yan, okay, kahit ikaw ay off duty, baka sabi nila naka-duty ka, kakasuhan ka nila yan ng simple misconduct. be untidy or uncouth in his personal appearance. In Ilocano, you call that dugyot, ano? And behave in ungentlemanly or undignified manner. May dumaan na dalaga, kung makatawa ka, tawa ng tambay sa kalye. Oh, that is a simple misconduct. If yung pagtawa mo ay meron pang pagpapahiya sa babae, magiging unjust vexation pa yan. Maging criminal case na yan. If yan ay natawag natin merong kasamang sexual intention, ay magkakasuhan ka pa ng sexual harassment. Okay? Or makakasuhan ka ng acts of lasciviousness. Okay? Fail to recognize and satisfy any just debt. Oh, hindi ka nagbayad ng utang mo. Di ba? Meron ka palang utang, pumunta yung tao, di ka nagbabayad ng utang. O, pwede kang filean ng misconduct. Okay? Kasi ang Filipino, and one of the ethical principles ng PNP is yung word of honor. Pag di ka nagbayad ng utang mo, that's a violation of word of honor. Engage in private business or practice his vocation or profession during off-duty hours without approval. No? Hindi ka kumuha ng nagle-lecture ka. Na isa kang police officer, nagle-lecture ka sa isang school. You as a criminologist or as a nurse, and you did not ask for a permit to practice your profession, that is a simple misconduct. You solicit attorneys, bondsmen, or guarantors for arrested or confined person. Meaning, ikaw nakialam ka dun sa kuan, no? Nakialam ka dun sa tawag natin sa pagka-aresto ng isang tao para temporarily ma-release, no? Ayan, that is a simple misconduct. Okay? Or sabi mo, ako na ang bahala diyan, di ba? Okay? Fail to be home or to be at the place of confinement without legitimate reason after having been reported sick or suffering. O sabi mo, you are sick. Tapos, nandun ka pala, naki-party-party sa ibang lugar. Hindi mo napansin yung kamag-anak mo, nag-group kayo, nag-selfie-selfie, pinost sa Facebook. Ang paalam mo, ikaw ay may sakit. Di ba? Ayan. Use rude or insulting language or exhibit similar rudeness in public. Masyadong, yung sabi ko, salitang kalye ginagamit mo in dealing with the public. Fail to report for record with the complaint or desk officers the case prior to its investigation. Okay? You allowed or tolerated idlers, fixers, or persons of questionable character to stay or loiter in his office, post, or place of assignment without any legitimate reason or purpose. Mga questionable yung character nila. Tapos pinapatambay mo sa opisina, hindi pwede yun. Okay? Alam na yun ay mga police character o mga taong may mga record sa police, no? Na derogatory records yung pinapatambay mo. O mga fixers sa office. Kilala sila mga fixers. Then you let them stay in your office. Pwede kang kasuhan ng simple misconduct. No? Fail to maintain cleanliness and orderliness in his office, premises, post, or surrounding. Nag-inspect every Monday ang IAS. Nag-inspect sa office mo, marumi. Okay? Remember that one of the ethical principles of the PNP is orderliness. Magulo, marumi yung opisina. Yan. So, pwede kang kasuhan din ng simple misconduct by the IAS. Use official forms, letterheads, seals, and stamps privately or in violation of protocol, provided that when they are used for committing fraud or dishonesty, the charge shall be grave misconduct. So, gumamit ka ng yung letterhead ng opisina mo para sa personal use mo na sa mga sulat para makapag-take advantage ka. So, that is simple misconduct. Pero, ginamit mo yon para ikaw ay makapang-swindle, makapanloko, then magiging grave misconduct. Ginamit mo yung silyado ng opisina ninyo, ginamit mo yung letterhead ng opisina ninyo, okay, para makapanlin lang ng ibang tao, so that is grave misconduct. Pero ginamit mo siya for personal use na yung consequence naman ay hindi ka nanloko or it does not cause any dishonesty, so it will just be a simple misconduct. Be found to have the odor or smell of alcohol. Amoy alak ka habang naka-duty. May pumuntang complainant sa office. Amoy na amoy alak kayo. Di ba? So, kapag si Iyas ang pumunta, pag mabait si Iyas, pwedeng i-forgo noon. Pasabihin lang maligo kayo. Paano pag yung isang citizen na punta sa opisina nyo, amoy alak kayo doon, di ba? Make or conduct unauthorized solicitations of contributions from subordinates or private persons. Ayan. So, nag-solicit kayo para sa Christmas party. Di ba? Okay? Pag pinilit mo, extortion na yan. What about the less grave offenses? The less grave offenses, ito yung mga less grave, neglect of duty. Remember, neglect of duty, ito yung meron kang hindi ginawa na dapat mong gawin. You fail to execute lawful orders from higher authority or tolerate any subordinate to ignore or ridicule any order, rule, or regulation. Okay? So, merong lawful order for you to arrest a person or for you to do something from a higher authority or you tolerate, hindi mo ni-report hindi mo sinabihan yung subordinate mo para gawin niya yung order na yon. Okay? You fail to make immediate correction or take appropriate action when a dereliction, irregularity, or violation of law or duty is being committed or has been committed in his presence by a subordinate under his command, or fail to report the same to his commanding officer. In your presence, may ginawang kalokohan. Yung mga tao mo, you fail to make immediate correction. No? That is less grave neglect of duty. You are like a party to the dereliction. Fail to prepare disciplinary or administrative complaint or take such other disciplinary action as may be necessary against a subordinate under his command who has committed a serious dereliction and violation or irregularity. Medyo mabigat yung ginawa niyang kalokohan, yung tao mo, and you fail to take the necessary action. Okay? Fail to comply with any lawful order or instruction of a superior officer or the chief of police. Your superior, okay, told you to do something, okay? It's a proper order. You did not comply, okay, or the chief of police. Fail to report immediately to your superior officer or to the chief of police the injury, illness, death, or escape of a prisoner who is under his custody. You are asked to, we call it, you asked we call it to handle a person arrested. Okay? May sugat pala siya, nasugatan, whatever, or namatay, or nag-escape. Hindi mo ni-report. Okay? Ayan. Okay? So that is a less grave neglect of duty. At the same time, pag nag-escape yan, may criminal case pa yan. That is the infidelity to the custody of prisoner. Less grave offenses, further, fail to communicate to the chief of police through channels any valuable information that will lead to the apprehension of a wanted person, or furnish clues for the resolution of a case or for the recovery of stolen property. You know something about a wanted person, about a case, about an evidence, and you fail to report that, your chief of police, through channels, no? Okay. Fail to issue a traffic citation ticket or temporary operator's permit to an offending offender, driver whose license is already confiscated. You confiscated and hindi mo binigay yung TOP niya. Sabi mo, bumalik ka mamaya. Kapag marunong yung driver na yan, kakasuhan ka ng less grave neglect of duty. Fail to turn in the used traffic citation ticket or temporary operator's permit together with the confiscated driver's license at the end of his duty or within 24 hours, or fail to account for the TCTs or TOPs issued to him. Okay? Kaya dati yan, yan ang simple corruption ng mga traffic officers, hindi lang mga police officers, no? LTO or we call it traffic officers ng mga cities or municipalities. Tinitikitan nila, hindi nila nire-report yung mga ticket. Ngayon, ina-account yan. Pag mayroong kulang, no, may kulang na isa, at hindi mo na-account yan kung bakit may kulang na isang ticket, yan, that is a less grave misconduct. Kasi that's a source of corruption yan, no? Pwedeng binibenta yan para, say for example, maglo-long trip ka, punta ka ng NCR, yan, para pag hinuli ka doon, may dala-dala kang TOP or TCT, sasabihin mo doon na ikaw ay nahuli, wala yung lisensya mo. Okay, so walang mako-confiscate sa'yo. So, pinagkakapiran yan dati ng mga traffic enforcers. Okay? So, ngayon, ina-account yan. Fail to report, patrol his beat sector or post or to leave or abandon the same without being properly relieved, fail to take appropriate action concerning vice conditions in his beat and or give written report of the same to his superior. May mga illegal gambling doon sa area. No? May mga vices doon, yung mga bawal doon, di ka nag-report sa yung superior. Okay? And hindi mo na patrol yung area mo. Ito yung assignment mo, you did not patrol your area. Okay? Fail to report to his superior officer within a reasonable period injury inflicted by him to a person or animal, damage or loss of government property while on or off duty. Meron kang nagawang tawag natin mali. Hindi mo sinabihan yung superior mo, sir, medyo may nasuntok ako sa amin, ganito, sir. Ayan. Or may nabangga akong aso, di ba? May nabangga ako, sir, na sasakyan, di ba? Fail to comply with the order of a court of competent jurisdiction. Anong order ng court? To arrest a person or to bring that person to the custody of the court and you fail to do that. Willfully violate office regulations and or will refuse or neglect to comply with said provisions. Willfully, talagang ayaw mo. Ayaw mo talaga, as in ayaw mong gawin yung mga office regulations. Okay? Sleeping on your post while performing patrol or guard duty. Sleeping on post, ha? Diba? SOP, sleeping on post. Yan. While performing patrol, naglalakad ka, tulog ka, hindi. I mean yan, nasa patrol car ka, dalawa kayo, natutulog ka. No? Yun. Hindi yung naglalakad ka, natutulog ka. Or you are on guard duty. Diba? Absent oneself from office without having filed the necessary application for a leave or secured the approval of the superior officer for a period of more than 3 days. Okay? So 4 to 15 days. Hindi ka nag-file ng kwan mo, that is less grave neglect of duty. Kapag less than 3 days, that is what you call, okay, that is a simple neglect of duty. Now, what about the irregularities in the performance of duty? Ano yung mga less grave na mga mispisans? Yan. Again, class yung neglect of duty, non-pisans. Meron kang di ginawa. Yung less grave na may mga irregularities or mispisans, ginawa mo yung gawain pero mali yung pagkagawa. Ito naman yung mga less grave. Apply for and serve a search or search warrant in any establishment or private house without the knowledge or approval of the chief of police or his superior officer. Okay, in-effect mo yung search or search warrant. Okay, without the knowledge or approval, wala pang approval. Use traffic violation reports which are not duly validated by the LTO, the MMDA, or the city or municipal government. Gumagamit ka ng TBR. Mayroon kang sariling TCT. Di ba? Nagpapaprint ka ng sarili mong TCT at saka TOP. Use traffic violation report. Okay, so validated by the LTO, MDA, or city municipal government but are not issued to him for traffic enforcement. So they are valid TBRs. No? Pero hindi in-issue yun, hindi in-issue sa'yo yun. Hindi ka dapat ang gagamit nun. Yan. The official insignia, use the official insignia, markings, and seal of the police force in any privately owned vehicle without the authority of the chief of police or superior officer. Nilagay mo dun sa personal car mo. Yan. Nilagyan mo, membro ka ng regional mobile force, nilagay mo rin sa sakyan mo. Eh walang authority coming from your director or from your chief. Disregard or violate traffic rules and regulations while driving a police vehicle when not in hot pursuit. Kaya kapag ikaw ay patrol officer, nakasakay ka sa motor or sa patrol car, hindi ka exempted sa traffic rules and regulation unless you are in hot pursuit operation or responding to an emergency. Kaya kapag may citizen, alam niya na ikaw mismo na police hindi sumusunod ng traffic rules, pwede kanyang sampan ng kaso ng less grave irregularities in the performance of duty because you are supposed to enforce the law and to be a good example to the public and yet you are violating. Okay, what about the less grave misconduct? Pag sinabi nating misconduct, Ito ulit yung mga malfeasance. Let's grade. Shall include or take advantage of your position by procuring goods and commodities at a losing price to an unwilling seller or partake of food, drinks, and cigarettes free of charge. Oh, imagine yun. Kumain ka, ayaw mo magbayad. Di ba? Eh, ayaw nga, gusto nga ng store owner, dapat magbayad ka. Di ba? O kaya, may nagbebenta. No? Ang benta niya 500. Sabi mo 200 na lang, 'di ba? Eh ayaw nga nang nagbebenta tapos si 200 na lang binayaran mo 200. 'Di ba? That is taking advantage of your position. Engage in regulated gambling or games of chance while on duty. Waiting. Or any other illegal gambling. Be drunk and that is while on duty, Okay? That is grave misconduct. Be drunk and disorderly while on off duty, or drunk while on duty and uniform or in recognizable uniform of the force. Naka-duty ka, lasing na lasing ka. Okay? Sa mga kasama mo, walang magkakaso sa'yo. Sa IAS, walang magkakaso kasi malamang kaibigan mo sila, kumpare mo sila. Eh, paano kapag may isang concerned citizen or government agency, a watchdog for that matter, no? Tumitingin sa mga kalokohan ng PNP members. Kawawa ka. Maliciously intrigue against the honor of a co-officer or indulge in idle gossip or spread rumors that tend to discredit the member. Nagkakalat ka ng balita. Hindi naman totoo. Kailangan sana kung totoo. Exhibit marked discourtesy in the course of official duties or use profane or insulting language to any superior officer. Tawag mo dun sa regional director, bossing. Hindi pwedeng tatawag ng bossing yan. Discourtesy yan. Profane language. Hindi yung tamang language. Hindi tamang. Okay? And then serve as escort, as security officer, whether on foot or by motor vehicle for any private individual, regardless of his status in social or religious circles on any occasion unless authorized by the COP. Okay? So wala kang authority, nag-escort ka. Mga private individuals sa mga social or religious gatherings na may parade yung church ninyo, dahil membro ka ng church, nag-escort ka na rin, ginamit mo pa yung patrol car, di ba? Dapat may authority yan. Take a trip abroad without approval, leave and approval of the authorities. Pwede nang mag-abroad, mamasyal sa Hong Kong, pumunta ka. Hindi ka nag-file ng approval. Bakit? Kasi ganito yan. Pag police officer, kahit nasa bahay ka, pag red alert, dapat matatawagan ka. Nag-abroad ka dahil naka-leave of absence ka ng 15 days. Yung pala, kasi ang sa government kasi, particularly sa uniform police services of the government, kapag nag-file ka ng leave, pwedeng i-recall yung leave mo. Okay? Ganun yon. Kaya kailangan bumalik ka doon sa duty. For example, si PO1 Giant, di ba? Nag-file ng 1-month leave. Okay? Hindi ka pwedeng pumunta ng abroad kasi pag nagkaroon ng emergency ng red alert, i-recall yung leave ninyo. Di ba? Okay. So you take borrow or solicit money or any valuable from his subordinates unless the latter is engaged in lending businesses. Imagine yung nangungutang ka. Ayan, sa mga subordinates mo, mga tao mo. Yan. What about the grave offenses? Mga serious na mga non-feasance. Fail or refuse to take command in an emergency in order to carry out police duty, being the officer with the highest rank, grade or position. Kayong pinaka-highest, ayaw mong mag-take over. Mayroong emergency, ayaw mong mag-take over. Fail to prevent or suppress the criminal act of a subordinate being committed in his presence. Yung tao mo, gumagawa ng katarantaduhan sa harap mo, nambubugbog na siya ng private individual sa harapan mo. Okay? Hindi ka nag-report. Fail to apprehend and or arrest a person under circumstances which is his duty. Yung tinatawag nating paragraph 1. Okay? That while in your presence, the person to be arrested is about to commit a crime, is committing a crime and has just committed a crime and you fail to do that. Fail to return personal effects of released prisoners or other property used in evidence, the release of which is ordered by competent authority. Okay? So whatever na may mga released prisoners or suspects at sinabi, babalik mo, di mo binalik, hindi lang neglect of duty. Kapag nag-file pa ng complaint yung yung suspect sa'yo, yung prisoner na na-release, baka pwede ka pa niyang kasuhan ng theft, no? Robbery, whatever. Fail to perform his assigned mission or fail to participate in operation for the security of the president. Oh, yan. So, darating si presidente sa inyong lugar. At you are, we call it, included in the list na magbibigay ng prophylactic security or magbibigay ng route security, and you fail to perform your duty, you fail to do your assigned mission. Okay. Fail to administer first aid when able and or convey yan, to the hospital victims of traffic accidents, persons shot or stabbed, persons electrocuted, and others who are dying and in need of urgent medical or surgical attention. Kaya if you belong to the PNP, kailangan part yan ng first aid. Di mo ginawa. Yan. You fail to quell a disturbance or to protect a person from death or injury when able to do so. Yan, naglalakad ka, naka-duty ka, binubugbog yung tao. You did not stop it. No? You did not do anything to stop the disturbance or the mauling incident. Fail to help a brother peace officer in apprehending or arresting a violator who resists or in subduing one assaulting the arresting officer or in disarming an armed violator or in coming to the succor of another officer who is wounded, injured, or outnumbered. Di mo tinulungan yung kasama mo sa pag-aresto o kaya ina-assault na siya. Pinabayaan mo lang, oh, sige, mamatay ka kasi kalaban mo yung kapwa mo pulis na yon. Fail to appear and testify in court, prosecutor's office, the PNP disciplinary authorities, appellate bodies, the IAS, or any other quasi-judicial body when duly notified or subpoenaed as witness. Ikaw ay witness sa regular court, witness sa IAS, witness sa anumang disciplinary authorities. You did not report there. Okay, and if your non-appearance resulted in the dismissal of the case or the acquittal of the accused, or when he is the principal witness or the arresting officer, the penalty of dismissal from the service shall be imposed. Dahil sa hindi ka nag-appear sa korte, sinumon ka, di ka nag-appear at na-dismiss yung kaso, ayun, madi-dismiss ka rin sa serbisyo mo. Absent oneself from office without having filed the necessary application for leave or secured approval, 15 days. Okay, more than 15 days, di ba? Kapag less than 15 days, less serious. Kapag more than 15 days, ayan, delikado, di ba? That's already a serious neglect of duty. What about the serious irregularities in the performance of duties? Ano yung mga serious na mga mispisans? Okay? Yan. Act as bodyguard or security guard for any public official or candidate for any elective public office or position or any other person within 3 months immediately preceding any election and within 1 month thereafter without authority from the commission election. Dahil si mayor ang tumulong sa'yo para makapasok na pulis, okay, ay nung re-election niya, ikaw ay naging bodyguard niya without proper authority. Okay? That is a serious irregularity. That is already grave offense. Acts as bodyguard or security guard for the person or property of any public official or private person unless approved by the proper authorities. Ha? Dahil binabayaran ka, parang naging protector ka na, no? Na okay, walang proper authority sa isang privado or public official. Okay? You reveal secret or confidential police matters and information which jeopardize police mission and operations or which cause injury or damage to citizens. Nagipag-inuman ka, sinabi mo na may police mission kayo, okay? Sa mga hindi dapat nakakaalam, sa mga kainuman mo, pinagkwento-kwento sa mga asawa, nakwento sa buong barangay. At na-compromise yung mission, na-jeopardize yung police mission. Unauthorized establishment of checkpoints in any public thoroughfare for the purpose of stopping or searching vehicles or persons or if authorized does not comply with the rules. So walang authority. Okay? Nandun ka, nag-set up ka ng checkpoint, walang authority to set up a checkpoint in that place. Paano kapag marunong yung abogado at nagtanong na checkpoint mo, marunong sa law, official din siya, marunong siya, tinanong, "Sir, pwedeng makita po yung authority nyo na mag-set up ng checkpoint dito?" Ay, delikado. Okay. Unauthorized escorting of any vehicle carrying highly dutiable or taxable goods, merchandise, appliances, or machinery. Mga computer products, mga alak, mga sigarilyo, mga high tax yan eh. Okay, yung mga syntax na tinatawag natin, niskortan mo. Yan. Failure to turn over to the police station within a reasonable period any apprehended or arrested person. Okay? So, hindi mo tinurn over sa police. Ang sabi doon, pag naka-aresto ka, is to take a person into custody, okay? And bring it to the court. Hindi mo ginawa yon. Countermand any lawful order of the mayor, chief of police, or superior. Kinontra mo. Ganito ang sinabi ni mayor, ganito ang sinabi ni chief of police, ganito ang sinabi ni superior officer, kinontra mo. Unless, of course, sa iyong discretion ay to save lives and properties, malamang pwede. Pero kinontra mo. Sabi ni mayor, ganito ang gawin mo, hindi nyo ginawa. Diba? Perform the duties and functions of customs or immigration authorities without proper deputation in accordance with law. Oh, ikaw na yung kwan. Ikaw na yung nakolekta ng customs tax. Pumunta ka sa port, sa terminal, di ba? Okay. Escort or allow other members to escort detention prisoners outside the jail in order to attend a funeral, visit a sick relative, or solicit a bond without an order of the court. Dahil kaibigan mo, kapatid mo yung prisoner, iniskortan mo siya para makapag-attend ng napaka-emergency at importanteng family affair without proper court order. Okay? Maltreat or abuse any prisoner or detained person under custody. Ayan. Nahuli yung suspect, pinaglaruan mo, pinagbubugbog, tinorture mo, receive for personal use a fee, gift, or other valuable thing in the course of official duties or in connection therewith when such fee, gift, or other valuable thing is given by any person in the hope or expectation of receiving a favor or better treatment than that accorded to other persons or committing acts punishable under the anti-graft laws. So, dalawa yan. Pwede kang makasuhan ng anti-graft law or makasuhan kang grave misconduct for the purpose na ikaw ay tawag natin matanggal sa serbisyo. Tumanggap ka ng regalo or pera para kapalit nun ay favor action sa isang tao na yan na gumagawa ng kalokohan, di ba? Okay. So by the way, itong mga misconducts na ito ng police, mga irregularities, okay, it will not bar the complainant from filing criminal charges. Kasi ito, mga purpose lang ito for dismissal, suspension, withholding of benefits, and privileges, and dismissal lang to from the service. So the complainant is not barred from filing. We call it not only your dismissal but your imprisonment. Okay, kapag parehas yung hinihingi mo, hindi pwede. Pero para makulong siya, para criminal liable siya, so you can file a separate case against that person. Hindi yan forum shopping, no? Join, strike, or refuse to report for duty in order to secure changes in terms and conditions of his employment or to oust the chief of police or any other officer from office. Ayun, nakipag-strike ka rin, di ba? Ibagsak. Contract loans of money or other property from persons with whom the PNP officer has business relations. Ayun. Nakipagkontrata ka sa mga pagpapautang, pagsasanla, okay, or other property from persons with whom the PNP officer, meron kang business relations. Say for example, ikaw ay naka-assign sa PNP SAGSD or sa PNP SOSYA. Kayo yung in charge sa supervision ng security agencies. Tapos imagine umutang ka, no? Doon sa security agency, hindi pwede 'yon. Solicit or accept directly or indirectly any gift, gratuity, favor, entertainment, loan, or anything of monetary value which in the course of his official duties or in connection with any operation being regulated thereby or any transaction which may be affected by the function of his office. Ayun, ano? nire-regulate nyo yung prostitution. Nung nag-Christmas party kayo, sinabi mo sa isang may-ari ng bar, magdala ng 5 babae doon sa police station. O yun, that is a grave misconduct. You are supposed to regulate that. The property or impropriety of the foregoing shall be determined by its value, kinship, or relationship between the giver and receiver and the motivation. Okay? Yan. So, whatever, no? Kayo yung mga, yun ang mismong nire-regulate nyo. Tapos, tumanggap ka ng suhol, tumanggap ka ng regalo, diba? A thing of monetary value is one which is evidently or materially excessive by its very nature. Meaning, tawag natin ito'y talagang nako-compromise na rin. Yung trabaho kasi masyadong malaki yung sinuhol, yung binigay or nirigalo. Kanya, no? Kaya kapag sa Christmas, New Year, may mga COP na ayaw tumanggap din ng mga gift galing sa community kasi baka mamaya ay ma-compromise din yung pagiging pulis nila. Directly or indirectly have financial and material interest in any transaction requiring the approval of his office. Financial and material interest is defined as pecuniary or proprietary interest by which a person will gain or lose something. Okay, so directly or indirectly have financial and material interest in any transaction requiring, ayun, nasa PNP SAGSD or SOSYA ka, tapos meron kang financial and material interest sa isang security agency, ikaw ay partner, o yun, ibig sabihin yan. On control, manage, or accept employment as officer, employee, consultant, counsel, broker, agent, trustee, nominee in any private enterprise regulated, supervised, or licensed by his office unless expressly allowed by law. So assuming yung office mo sa crime laboratory, kayo yung mga nagre-regulate na mga drug testing laboratories or clinic, tapos nagtrabaho ka doon or ikaw ang may-ari noon, no? Parang ganon. Okay? Hindi pwede yun. Publicly consort with women of ill repute and or scandalously cohabit with or maintain a wife other than his legitimate spouse, di ba? Okay? Fail or refuse to surrender or deposit his service firearm, badge, identification card, and police vehicle, if any, kay upon demand during the period of suspension. Suspendido. Dapat yung gamit na yun, yung firearm na yun, hindi yun personal sa'yo, kundi yan ay gamit ng mga sa kampo, hindi mo turn over while you are suspended. Okay? Identification card or whatever. Willful failure to pay just debts or obligations due to the government. O may utang ka sa gobyerno. Di ba? Hindi ka nagbayad. Appropriate for his or allow another person the beneficial use of any stolen property that's recovered, found, or abandoned. O mga stolen properties. Diba? Mga nakarnap na mga motorsiklo, pinagamit mo sa ibang tao. Solicit money, valuable, or favor for the amicable settlement of cases under investigation. Under investigation. Tapos tumanggap ka or humingi ka ng pera. Diba? So again, as I've said, there may be other criminal case to be filed against you. Engage directly or indirectly in partisan political activities or take part in any election except to vote. Nangangampanya ka. Di bawal mangampanya ang membro ng Tri-Bureau at saka ASP. Deliberately or thorough gross negligence, destroy, damage, or lost government property entrusted to him for official use. Yung sasakyan mo, kung ano pinaggagawa mo, hindi naman sa'yo yun. Yung computer, okay, whatever properties that are entrusted to you, sinira mo. Okay? Or dahil sa negligence mo, nasira, mutilate, deface, or destroy any driver's license, citation ticket, or temporary operator's permit issued in lieu thereof. Diba? Okay? So, pinunit mo yung lisensya ng hinuli mong driver, di ba? Galit ka dun sa driver, pinunit mo pati yung TOP niya, di ba? Inflict physical injuries upon a suspect to force the latter to give a confession. Act as a mediator or fixer for the return of any stolen vehicle or property, whether held for ransom or not. Ayun. Okay. So may mga stolen vehicle na recover nyo, tapos sabi mo, i-release ko yan, pero magbigay ka ng 30,000, di ba? Maraming ganyan. Commit any act or omission that constitute a crime punishable under RPC. Lahat ng crime under RPC. makakasuhan ka ng grave misconduct sa IAS, no? Okay, para matanggal ka sa serbisyo, kakasuhan ka pa sa regular criminal court. What are the other grave offenses? Operation. Any member of the police force who shall abuse his authority in a tyrannical, cruel, and high-handed manner shall be guilty of operation. Di ba? Ngayon, sa inyong barangay, ikaw yung boss doon, ikaw yung mga nambubugbog na mga tao doon. Gross incompetence when the offense or negligence is committed by a reason of manifest lack of adequate ability and fitness on the part of the respondent member for the satisfactory performance of police duties. Yan. Grabe yung taba mo, di ba? Sobra, mas mataba ka pa kay Chief PNP. Di ba? 3 times. You are already physically able or physically enabled to do that. Okay? Or ayaw mo talaga mag-training. Ayaw mo ma-develop. Huh? Gross incompetence. Ayaw mo matuto. Disloyalty to the government. Any member of the PNP who shall abandon or renounce his loyalty to the government of the Republic. Yan. Nabanggit ko na kanina. Nagkodita, whatever. Citing to sedition, rebellion. Sumali ka sa mga makabayan black. Dishonesty. Ayan, nabanggit ko na kanina. Ano yung mga dishonesty na yan? Okay. Letter A. Any member who shall knowingly enter his information sheet or CSC tutor, that is your PDS. Okay, the personal data sheet. Facts where are not true or conceal or distort material facts. Kulang. No, mga mali yung mga nilagay mo doon at alam mo na mali. Okay? Dishonest ka. Kung ano pinaglalagay mo doon sa PDS mo kahit hindi totoo. Makes a false report or entry in the police blotter or any department record. Sa police blotter, mali yung nilagay mo doon sa report. You give deliberate false testimony against or in favor of a person facing a criminal or administrative charge. May kaso na nga siya. No? Criminally charged siya. Okay? False testimony in favor sa kanya. Okay lang kung true testimony. Paano pag false testimony para ma-exculpate siya, di ba? Or mapawalang sala. Destroy, conceal, or tamper physical evidence to be presented in court or any office conducting investigation by exchanging, altering, damaging, or diluting as to affect its original appearance. Sinira mo yung ebidensya. O kaya dinilute mo, meaning dinagdagan mo ng substance para mawala yung kanyang alcoholic content or mawala yung kanyang drug content. Okay? Intentionally provide the public with false information affecting public interest. Patungkol sa tawag natin sa ongoing na COVID-19, nagbigay ka ng false information na magkakaroon ng lockdown, total lockdown sa isang city or sa isang munisipyo. Pero false siya, di ba? Okay. Dishonesty. Okay, so those are the we call it the penalties, specific offenses that can be committed by any uniformed personnel of the government. Okay, so ngayon kapag may nagkakaso, ano yung machinery? Ano yung saan ipa-file yung complaint at ano yung gagawin? Okay, so section 52 of your Republic Act 8551 amended section 41 of Republic Act 6975. So amended now na any citizen's complaint, ano yon? Okay? Ikaw ay hindi membro ng PNP. Any complaint by a natural or juridical person against any member of the PNP shall be brought before the following. Sa Chief of Police, kapag yan ay ang penalty, imposable penalty ay not exceeding 15 days. So pag nakita nila na yung penalty ay not exceeding 15 days, sasabihin nila, punta ka sa Chief of Police. Ganon. Pumunta ka sa NAPOLCOM. Sabi na NAPOLCOM, hindi. Dapat sa Chief of Police nyo to ipa-file. Ganon, advisean ka naman yan. Okay? Or kapag marunong yung abogado mo, that is not exceeding 15 days yan. Doon tayo sa Chief of Police. Okay? Kapag yung imposable penalty naman is 16 days, not exceeding 30 days, yan, sasabihin ka naman. Okay, sasabihan ka ng tawag natin, sabihan ka ng abogado mo kasi normally pag mga nagpa-file naman, nagpapa-advise yan normally sa prosecutor or sa mga legal officers, mga lawyers, no? Sabihan ka naman kung saan ka magpa-file ng kaso. Yan. Kapag nag-file ka sa wrong, nag-file ka sa COP, advise ka naman ni COP na ito exceeding 16 days to. Mas maganda po ma'am, sir, doon kayo sa mayor's office, endorse ko po kayo doon, okay? Now, Kapag sa People's Law Enforcement Board naman, kapag yan ay exceeding 30 days na, yung kaso yung magiging penalty niyan. Yung mga grave offenses na yan, ano? Or less grave offenses, sabihin nila sa'yo, doon ka na lang sa pleb mag-file ng kaso. Ayan. So, by the way, the People's Law Enforcement Board is the central receiving entity for any citizen's complaint against the officers and members. Okay? Kaya normally, karamihan, ang advice sa'yo, punta ka sa People's Law Enforcement Board. At si People's Law Enforcement Board na sa'yo, ang magsasabi, ito, hindi namin to covered. Kasi 30 days lang ang hearing namin. Tatanggapin namin dito. Doon ka na lang sa COP pupunta. Okay? Okay, doon ka na lang sa IAS pupunta, maganon. Doon ka na lang sa mayor's office pupunta, ganun 'yon. Okay, so i-advise ka ng People's Law Enforcement Board kasi pag citizen 'yan, normally ang punta niyan dapat ang advice ay sa pleb pupunta kasi yun nga ang central receiving entity. Pupunta ka na Polcom, sabi na Polcom, pwedeng sabi niya, pwedeng punta ka sa pleb. No? Tapos punta ka sa pleb, i-endorse ka sa COP or sa mayor. 1, 2, 5. Okay, 5 yan. Ano ang majority niyan? Ang majority ay 3. Kapag 3 ang nag-vote, okay, shall determine whether or not the respondent officer or member of the PNP is guilty of the charge upon which the complaint is based. So sila ang magbo-vote. Ayan, di ba? Okay? So pag tatlo nagsabi na guilty yan, guilty. Kapag tatlo nagsabi, uh, dismiss yan. Yun ang ibig sabihin ng majority vote. Each case shall be decided within 60 days from the time the case has been filed with the pleb. Pag final sa pleb, dapat within 60 days. Yan ay ma-decide na yan. The procedures of the pleb shall be summary in nature. Nabanggit natin yung summary proceedings. Ano yun? Summon lang yan. Magsasubmitin lang ng mga counter affidavit saka mga attachment lang yan. Okay? Then from there, titignan na nila whether guilty or not guilty yung tao. Kasi anyway, although final and executory yan, appealable pa rin naman yan. Ma-appeal pa naman yan sa mayor's office or sa NAB or sa RAB, no? Depende yan. But without strict regard to technical rules of evidence, no? So, in other words, susundin pa rin yung technical rules ng rules of evidence. Due process nga, nabanggit ko na kanina, yung summary proceeding. So, the decisions of the pleb shall become final and executory, provided that a decision involving demotion or dismissal from the service may be appealed by either party with the regional appellate board with 10 days from receipt of the copy of the decision. So, kapag dismissal yan or demotion yan, i-appeala yan. Sino mag-appeala? Either of the party pwedeng mag-appeala yan. Okay? So for example, ay dinismiss, di ba? Dinismiss ng pleb. Ang penalty niya ay demotion or dismissal. Pwede kang mag-file ng appeal bilang complainant. Okay, yun ang ibig sabihin nun. Hindi kagaya sa criminal court na kapag na-dismiss yung kaso, acquitted, wala na. Wala ka ng recourse dun sa tawag natin sa appeal na biktima. Okay, so dito, either of the parties can file an appeal. So the chairman of the pleb shall be elected from among its members. The term of office of the members of pleb shall be for a period of 3 years. Kasi yan din yung 3 years din kasi yung konsihalis natin. 3 years yan. After 3 years, election ulit. Kaya 3 years din automatically yung ina-appoint nila na maging part ng pleb. The compensation, members of the pleb, is a civic duty, meaning voluntary. However, pleb members shall be paid per diem. Pag sabing per diem, kapag mayroong meeting, parang mayroong hearing, gano'n ang bayad. Pwedeng 1,000 per hearing, pwedeng 500 per hearing, mga gano'n, depende yan. And shall be provided with life insurance coverage as may be determined by the city or municipal. Delikado, kailangan may life insurance kasi baka patayin yan. What about the IAS, yung Internal Affairs Service ng tawag natin ng PNP? Merong tinatawag na SIAS, PIAS, no? SIAS City. Okay, merong municipality, merong provincial internal affairs service, saka regional. On dealing with minor offenses, take note, involving internal discipline found to have been committed by any regular member of the respective commands, the duly designated supervisors and equivalent officer of the PNP shall, after due notice and summary hearing, exercise disciplinary powers as follows. Okay, so sa internal discipline, di ba? Meaning sa loob, yung mga pangyayari sa loob, yan. So pwedeng ibigay sa IAS or tawag natin sino yung mga magdidisiplina. I'm sorry, no. Sino yung mga magdidisiplina, okay? So yung chief of police or yung kanyang equivalent supervisors, na-discuss natin kanina yan. Si provincial director o yung mga equivalent supervisors, si police regional directors or equivalent supervisors. Sila kapag internal, no? Or si chief PNP, pag internal sa loob, hindi kasama yung citizen. Walang citizen na involved. Meaning, dun lang sa loob yung problema. Mga minor offenses, take note, minor offenses yan. So, the chief of police, kapag less than 15 days yung admonition or reprimand or restriction to specified limits. Pag sinabing restriction to specified limits, pwedeng sabihin niyang hindi ka pwedeng pumunta sa office na yan, hindi ka pwedeng pumunta sa ganitong lugar, okay? Withholding of privileges, ibig sabihin na privileges yan, yung hindi ka pwedeng mag-file ng leave, gano'n. Okay? Forfeiture of salary or suspension or any of the combination of the foregoing. Okay? So, yung chief of police ngayon, siya ang dyan. So, kapag internal yan, pag internal, problem. Okay? Ayan, pwedeng kaya pa rin yun. Pero pag may involved na citizen naman, kapag 30 days na, okay, mag-exceed na ng 30 days, hindi na yan sa provincial director. Okay? Kundi pupunta yan sa mayor's office. Pero ito, sa internal lang naman. Sa problema lang sa loob. Sa loob ng PNP. Okay? Si provincial director ang bahalo, kaya yung equivalent supervisors nila. Kapag mayroong restrictive of custody, ano yun? Pag sabing restrictive custody, yun, confine ka sa sa office, di ba? Hindi ka pwedeng lumabas. You are under restrictive custody. Okay? Then, kapag merong dismissal from the service na, no? Okay? At yung administrative punishment naman, admonition, reprimand, okay, withholding privileges, saka demotion, at ang total period niyan ay hindi mag-exceed ng 60 days sa police regional director na yan. Okay? So bakit pag dismissal at demotion? Ganito yon. Remember in the application for PNP, okay, the power to appoint has the power to dismiss. Ganun yon. Hindi si COP ang magkukan sa'yo, hindi si Chief of Police ng city or municipality ang magdi-demote sa'yo, magdi-dismiss sa'yo. Kasi unang-una, hindi sila ang nag-appoint sa'yo. Kaya remember yan remember rin yung earlier topic. PO1 or patrolman to SPO4, okay, ay ang mag-appoint yung regional director kapag sa regions outside NCR. Therefore, yung nag-appoint, pumirma ng appointment, sila rin yung may power to demote at power to dismiss. Kaya kapag yung police ay ang penalty niyan ay maging dismissal or demotion, dapat yan kay regional director pupunta. Kasi siya yung may power na appoint, siya rin yung may power to dismiss and power to demote. Now, if dismissal from the service, tapos pag kinumbine mo pa yung suspension or forfeiture of salary and others, ay aabot ng 180 days yung mga administrative punishment, then tawag natin, si Chief PNP magde-decide niyan. Okay? Provided further that the Chief PNP shall have the authority to place police personnel under restrictive custody during the pendency of grave administrative cases. No? Nakita natin yung mga grave administrative cases or anything filed against them. Okay? After the filing of a criminal complaint, meaning kinasuhan ka na sa prosecutor, grave in nature, murder, arson, like whatever, no? So si Chief PNP nagsasabi, ikulong nyo yan. Okay? Ilagay nyo sa custody ng polis yan. Hindi pwede makalabas yan. Okay? While pending yung kaso. Imagine yun, habang pending yung kaso, tagal nun. Okay, so ano ngayon yung mga penalties? Yan. Yung mga penalties, kapag yung mga withholding of privileges na sinasabi natin kanina, okay, restriction to specified limits, restricted custody, forfeiture of salary, suspension, and combination thereof, rank demotion, and dismissal from the service, ang tawag natin yan ay administrative penalties. Okay? Ng mga administrative cases. Okay? Administrative cases kasi yan. Ano? Yan. Kaya administrative penalties ang tawag dyan. kay COP or kay RD. So, the pleb have dismissal powers over airing members of the PNP. Wala silang dismissal powers. Kasi nga, nabanggit nga natin, the power to appoint has the power to dismiss. Ang pleb, wala siyang dismissal power. Ang mayroong dismissal power niyan is yung NAPOLCOM. Yung chief PNP saka yung regional directors after due notice in summary hearings. Okay? Okay. And they will immediately remove or dismiss any respondent. Pwede lang tanggalin kaagad. Hindi sususpendin yung tao, outright tatanggalin kapag serious yung evidence at napaka-strong yung tawag natin yung evidence of guilt. Na-videoan, di ba? Na-videoan at nakita ka dun sa video habang ginagawa mo yung act. Okay, yung kaso sa Baguio na inabdak, hindi pa tinanggal yung mga pulis. Kasi nga, walang actual na nakakita. Nakita lang silang inabdak, pero yung actual na pagpatay, wala nakakita. So, it is a general assumption na silang pumatay. So, general assumption pa lang yun. Kaya so far, di pa rin sila tinatanggal. Okay? Pero pag may nakakita silang pumatay nun, very strong evidence, well, that's outright, tatanggalin yan. Respondent is a recidivist, yun. Nabanggit natin, recidivist, palaging nakakasuhan ng grave offense. Okay? Or has been repeatedly charged and there are reasonable grounds to believe that he is guilty of the charge, no? Palagi ka nang nakakasuhan. Respondent is guilty of a serious offense involving conduct unbecoming of a police officer. Imagine yun, nakakahiya. Di ba? Yan. So, when is there separation or retirement? So, I mentioned that already. Pag sinabi mong separation, kapag wala ka pang 20 years sa service, wala kang retirement benefit na makukuha. Pero kapag may 20 years ka na sa service, i-retire ka na at may matatanggap kang retirement benefits. Okay? Sir, mayroon palang retirement benefit na matatanggap. Ganito yon. The longer you stay in the service, the higher your retirement benefit. Ganun yon. Kaya pag natanggal ka sa serbisyo, at 20 years ka na sa serbisyo, ay mas mababa yung retirement benefit mo. Yun lang ang ang kaibahan nun. Okay, with that, thank you very much for listening, and a reminder from the Word of God, be subject for the Lord's sake to every human institution. So, kaya ang mga criminology students, ang mga nag-aaral sa gustong maging police, no? Anyone, even kahit anong course niyan, gusto mong maging police, don't wonder bakit ang mga criminologists ay nandun yung obedience na tinuturo, yung tinatawag nilang obey first before you complain. And the fault of one is the fault of all. Kaya ibang disiplina sa mga criminology students, okay? Kapag ikaw ay ibang kurso mo at you are wondering bakit ganun ang disiplina sa criminology, because yun eh. Ang purpose kasi niyan ay sila yung mga law enforcers. Dapat sila yung good example. Okay? Sila yung magiging agent of person in authorities, or sometimes nagiging person in authorities. Okay? So the Bible says, be subject for the Lord's sake to every human institution, meaning sa mga authorities, whether it be to the emperor or as a supreme, or to the governor as sent by him to punish those who do evil and to praise those who do good. In other words, may purpose. May purpose ang mga regulations, may purpose ang regulations sa school, sa kumpanya, sa iyong organization, sa iyong family, sa iyong barangay, sa ating munisipyo, sa ating city. Okay, sa PNP may mga purpose yung mga regulations na yan. They are authorities. Okay? At ang purpose ng mga yan is para yung gumagawa ng masama ay they will be meted with punishment. Okay? After due process of law. And of course, yung mga gumagawa naman ng mabuti ay they shall be given commendation. Okay? So with that, once again, good day, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. And if you have not subscribed yet my channel, subscribe and click the notification bell. God bless you all.